Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Aging is not the problem, giving up is the problem. See, society keeps trying to sell this lie that beauty has an expiration date. They tell women once you hit a certain age, you're supposed to fade into the background, sit quietly, stop being seen, stop being desired, stop being noticed. But let me be real with you tonight. Confidence is the real anti-aging secret, and I need you to really hear this, because too many women are trying to fix their faces when what really needs fixing is how they see themselves. Confidence is not loud. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is quiet certainty. It's the way a woman walks into a room without asking for permission to exist. The moment a woman stops doubting herself, her entire appearance changes. Her face relaxes, her eyes soften, her body language opens up, and people feel that before they ever notice a wrinkle or a gray hair. You see, insecurity tightens the face. It pulls the shoulders forward. It creates tension in the jaw, the brow, the neck. Years of worrying about what people think will age you faster than time ever could. When a woman is constantly seeking approval, she carries a weight that shows up in her posture and her expression. But when she finally decides, I'm enough as I am, something powerful happens. Her body releases stress. Her smile becomes natural. Her presence becomes magnetic. Confidence lifts you from the inside out. A confident woman doesn't rush. She doesn't fidget. She doesn't over-explain herself. That calm energy makes her look youthful, because youth is not about speed or perfection, it's about ease. Think about it. When you see someone who looks young, what do you really notice? It's not flawless skin. It's how comfortable they seem in their own body. Comfort is attractive. Ease is youthful. Confidence also changes how a woman dresses. She no longer hides behind oversized clothes or trends that don't suit her. She wears what fits her body and her life. That alone can take 10 years off her appearance. When you dress from confidence, you're not trying to compete with younger women. You're setting a standard, and nothing ages a woman more than trying to be someone she's not. Let me tell you something else. Confidence affects your voice. A woman who believes in herself speaks slower, clearer, and with intention. There's no rush to prove anything. That steady tone communicates strength, maturity, and grace, and people associate that with attractiveness and youth. Nervous energy makes you look worn out. Grounded energy makes you glow. And here's the real truth most people won't say out loud. Confidence comes from self-acceptance. When a woman stops fighting her age and starts respecting her journey, her face tells a different story. Lines stop looking like flaws and start looking like character. Gray hair stops looking like loss and starts looking like power. The body follows the mind. When you honor yourself internally, your outer appearance responds. That's why confidence will always be the most powerful beauty trick there is. No product can replace it. No procedure can recreate it. Because confidence doesn't erase age, it transforms how age is seen. Simplicity in grooming and style is one of the most powerful ways an older woman can look instantly younger, and the reason it works is because simplicity brings clarity. When a woman overdoes her appearance, it usually comes from fear of looking old, fear of being invisible, fear of no longer being chosen. But fear never flatters anyone. It clutters the face, the body, and the energy. Simplicity, on the other hand, lets a woman's natural beauty breathe. You can always tell when someone is trying too hard. Heavy makeup settles into fine lines, loud colors compete with mature features, and too many accessories create distraction instead of elegance. A woman who chooses clean skin, balanced tones, and well-maintained basics looks fresher because nothing is fighting for attention. Youthful beauty is not about adding more. It's about knowing when to stop. Hair is one of the biggest examples of this. A simple, well-kept hairstyle that suits a woman's face can erase years instantly. Not chasing every trend, not forcing styles meant for a different stage of life, but choosing what complements her features. When hair looks healthy and intentional, it frames the face in a way that softens everything. Overstyled hair looks stiff. Simplicity moves, and movement always reads as youthful. The same applies to skincare. Older women who look younger don't pile on 10 different products every night. They focus on consistency, hydration, and care. Clean skin that glows naturally always looks younger than skin covered in layers trying to hide texture. When skin is respected instead of attacked, it responds with balance. Balance is youthful. Style follows the same rule. Simple, well-fitted clothing will always beat complicated outfits that don't sit right on the body. Clothes that fit properly lift posture, sharpen the silhouette, and make a woman feel put together. When a woman feels comfortable in what she's wearing, it shows in how she moves. Comfort brings confidence, and confidence brings youth. Simplicity also communicates self-respect. It says, I don't need to prove anything. That energy is incredibly attractive. A woman who knows what works for her and sticks to it doesn't look outdated, she looks timeless. Timelessness never ages. Even jewelry and accessories follow this rule. One strong piece beats 5 distracting ones. Clean shoes, a structured bag, neat nails, these details quietly signal care without shouting for attention. Youthfulness is quiet. It doesn't beg to be noticed. What makes simplicity so powerful is that it removes the noise. When there's less clutter, people see the woman, not the effort. And when people see you, truly see you, they respond to your presence, your warmth, your ease. That's what makes a woman look younger. The way a woman speaks, smiles, and moves has the power to erase years instantly, because youth is not locked in the skin, it lives in energy. You can see it the moment someone enters a room. Before they say a word, their presence speaks for them. A woman who carries herself with intention, warmth, and rhythm looks alive, and aliveness is what people mistake for youth. Let's start with movement. A woman who moves with purpose looks younger because purpose creates direction. Dragging feet, slouched shoulders, and stiff motion signal exhaustion. But when a woman walks with a steady pace, relaxed shoulders, and a natural swing, she looks engaged with life. Movement keeps the body awake. It keeps the muscles responsive. Even subtle things, how she turns her head, how she sits down, how she stands up, tell a story about how she feels inside. When a woman feels good internally, her body follows. Now consider her voice. A rushed, strained, or apologetic tone adds years. It signals stress, insecurity, and emotional weight. A calm, grounded voice does the opposite. When a woman speaks clearly, without rushing or shrinking her words, people lean in. They listen. There's a rhythm to confidence that feels youthful because it comes from presence, not pressure. A woman who knows she doesn't need to fight for attention speaks with ease, and ease always looks fresh. Smiling is another powerful factor. A real smile softens the entire face. It lifts the cheeks, brightens the eyes, and relaxes tension that builds over time. But this only works when the smile is genuine. Forced smiles tighten the jaw and strain the eyes. A genuine smile comes from emotional safety, from a woman feeling at peace with herself. Peace reflects outward. It makes the face lighter, more open, more inviting. How a woman reacts emotionally also affects how young she looks. Constantly reacting, defending, or explaining drains energy. A woman who pauses, breathes, and responds instead of reacting conserves her vitality. That restraint shows up physically. Her expressions become calmer. Her gestures become smoother. Emotional control creates elegance, and elegance is ageless. Even laughter plays a role. A woman who allows herself to laugh fully without self-consciousness releases tension stored in the body. Laughter resets the nervous system. It relaxes facial muscles that stress tightens over time. That release alone can make someone look years younger. All of this comes down to one thing: presence. When a woman is present in her body, her voice, and her emotions, she looks engaged with life. And engagement is what keeps a person looking young. When you're curious, open, and expressive, your body reflects that energy naturally. Self-care habits matter more than expensive products because real youth is maintained, not bought. Too many women believe the secret to looking younger is hidden inside a luxury bottle or an expensive procedure, but the truth is much simpler and far more powerful. It's the daily choices repeated consistently that protect a woman's glow over time. Self-care is not occasional, it's intentional, and intention shows on the body. Sleep alone can change how a woman looks. A well-rested face carries softness, clarity, and balance. When sleep is neglected, the body holds stress, the eyes dull, and the skin loses its natural rhythm. No cream can replace rest. A woman who prioritizes sleep isn't being lazy, she's protecting her beauty. Rest tells the body it's safe, and when the body feels safe, it repairs itself. Hydration works the same way. Drinking enough water keeps skin plump, eyes bright, and energy stable. Dehydration shows up fast in fine lines, fatigue, and dullness. Women who look younger often aren't doing anything dramatic. They're simply caring for their bodies in basic, consistent ways. Water, proper meals, and gentle movement support the body's natural systems. When the body functions well, it looks well. Movement is another overlooked part of self-care. Gentle exercise keeps circulation flowing, posture upright, and muscles active. You don't need extreme workouts. Walking, stretching, dancing, movement that feels enjoyable keeps the body flexible and the energy high. Stiffness ages a woman faster than time. Fluidity keeps her youthful. Skincare routines that focus on care instead of correction make a noticeable difference. Being gentle with the skin, cleansing properly, moisturizing, and protecting it from harsh conditions allows it to maintain balance. Over-treating the skin often creates more damage than benefit. Respecting the skin's needs builds resilience, and resilient skin always looks younger. Self-care also includes mental and emotional boundaries. A woman who is constantly overgiving drains herself. That depletion shows in her face and posture. When a woman learns to say no, rest without guilt, and protect her energy, her appearance changes. Her eyes regain clarity. Her shoulders relax. Her body stops carrying unnecessary tension. Consistency is what separates women who age well from those who struggle. Self-care isn't dramatic and it isn't flashy. It's quiet discipline. It's choosing yourself every day in small ways. And those small choices add up, shaping how a woman looks, moves, and feels over time. Emotional peace and self-worth reflect directly on the face and body because the body keeps the score of everything the heart goes through. A woman can use the best products, wear the finest clothes, and follow every beauty routine, but if her spirit is heavy, her appearance will eventually reveal it. Emotional stress doesn't just live in the mind, it settles into the shoulders, tightens the jaw, dulls the eyes, and drains the skin of its natural glow. When a woman is constantly anxious, overthinking, or carrying unresolved pain, her nervous system stays on high alert. That constant tension shows up physically. The forehead tightens, the mouth hardens, the body braces itself as if it's always preparing for something to go wrong. Over time, that tension ages her, not because she's getting older, but because she's not getting peace. Women who look younger often have one thing in common. They've learned how to let go. They don't replay every conversation. They don't punish themselves for the past. They don't internalize everyone else's opinions. Letting go doesn't mean they never feel pain. It means they don't live there. Emotional flexibility keeps the body relaxed, and relaxation is youthful. Self-worth plays a powerful role in this process. A woman who values herself doesn't tolerate disrespect, chaos, or emotional confusion for long. She removes herself from environments that drain her. That decision alone can change her appearance. When a woman stops fighting to be chosen and starts choosing herself, her body relaxes. The face softens. The eyes regain brightness. The body no longer carries the burden of proving worth. There's also something deeply aging about emotional suppression. When a woman swallows her feelings, her body holds them instead. Unexpressed emotions become physical tension. Women who allow themselves to feel, process, and release emotions maintain a healthier emotional flow. That flow shows up as ease in their expressions and grace in their movements. Peace also affects how a woman responds to life. Instead of reacting impulsively, she responds with intention. That calm control creates elegance. Elegance is not about appearance, it's about energy. And energy shapes how others perceive age. A calm woman appears grounded, centered, and secure. Those qualities read as timeless. Self-worth also changes how a woman treats her body. She no longer abuses it with neglect, harsh self-talk, or unrealistic expectations. She listens to it. She rests when needed. She nourishes herself without guilt. That respect builds a strong relationship between mind and body, and that harmony shows externally. A woman who has made peace with herself carries less emotional weight. Her movements are lighter. Her posture is open. Her breathing is deeper. She doesn't look rushed or strained. She looks present. Presence keeps a woman connected to life, and connection is what keeps her looking vibrant. Ultimately, emotional peace is the foundation of lasting beauty. It's not something you can fake, and it's not something you can buy. It comes from inner alignment, self-respect, and the courage to protect your emotional well-being. When a woman achieves that, her appearance naturally follows. A woman who knows her value glows differently, and that glow has nothing to do with age and everything to do with identity. When a woman reaches the point where she no longer questions her worth, something shifts internally, and that shift reflects outward in ways that are impossible to ignore. Her presence becomes steady. Her energy becomes calm. And calm confidence has a youthfulness that no cosmetic procedure can recreate. Knowing your value means you stop chasing validation. You're no longer looking for approval in relationships, compliments, or attention. That constant need to be affirmed is exhausting, and exhaustion always shows on the face. When a woman releases the need to be chosen, she frees her nervous system from pressure. Her body relaxes. Her expressions soften. Her movements become more fluid. That ease alone can make her appear years younger. A woman who knows her value sets standards without hostility. She doesn't argue to be respected. She simply removes herself from spaces where respect is missing. That decision protects her emotional energy. Emotional energy is life force. When it's protected, the body thrives. Her posture straightens. Her voice steadies. Her eyes regain clarity. You can see it immediately in the way she enters a room. She's not scanning for approval. She's grounded in herself. Self-worth also affects how a woman speaks to herself. Internal dialogue matters more than most people realize. A woman who constantly criticizes herself programs her body to stay in stress mode. Stress tightens muscles, disrupts sleep, and accelerates aging. But when a woman practices self-compassion, her body receives a different message: safety. Safety allows the body to repair, restore, and balance itself. That biological response shows up as healthier skin, brighter eyes, and more vitality. There is also a powerful shift in how a woman uses her time when she knows her value. She no longer overextends herself to please others. She rests without guilt. She chooses quality over quantity in relationships, commitments, and even conversations. That selective use of energy preserves her vitality. People who conserve their energy age slower because they're not constantly depleted. Knowing your value also changes how you experience loneliness. A woman rooted in self-worth does not panic in solitude. She uses alone time to reconnect with herself, reflect, and recharge. That emotional independence removes desperation from her energy. Desperation ages the face. Contentment softens it. A woman comfortable with herself radiates stability, and stability reads as timeless. Another transformation happens in the way she handles comparison. A woman who knows her value does not compete with younger women, trends, or unrealistic standards. Comparison creates insecurity, and insecurity accelerates aging. When a woman stays focused on her own lane, her nervous system remains regulated. Regulation keeps hormones balanced, sleep consistent, and stress manageable. All of that directly impacts how she looks. Self-worth also shapes how a woman expresses femininity. She no longer performs it for attention. She embodies it naturally. Her gestures become graceful because they're unforced. Her smile becomes genuine because it's not seeking validation. Her laughter becomes fuller because she's not monitoring how she's perceived. Authentic expression releases tension, and release keeps the body youthful. When a woman knows her value, she also accepts her age without resistance. Resistance creates tension. Acceptance creates harmony. She doesn't fight time, she partners with it. She understands that maturity brings depth, wisdom, and discernment, and those qualities enhance beauty rather than diminish it. That mindset transforms how others perceive her. People respond to confidence rooted in self-knowledge with admiration, not judgment. Ultimately, a woman who knows her value carries herself as someone who belongs everywhere she stands. She doesn't shrink, rush, or apologize for her presence. That sense of belonging creates peace, and peace is the most youthful energy a person can carry.